Welcome to Living the Dream Iowa Life. I'm your host, Hannah Nuss, and each weekday we'll share enthusiasm for what's possible and dive into the stories of Iowans living their dream lives right here in the heartland. Whether you're chasing a big goal or just looking for a little inspiration, we've got you covered. Let's change the world together. This is Living the Dream Iowa Life. Let's go. Heyo, welcome to Living the Dream Iowa Life podcast. I'm your host, Hannah, and I did not pronunciate well enough on that beginning, and it will be interesting to see how my Dictate app plays that out. How do they pick that up? It will be interesting. Okay, welcome. Today we are going to talk about what does chasing a dream feel like? What a great question. Thank you. I know. And I want to explore this today because I think sometimes the feeling of defeat around dreams is a feeling that we're closer with than a feeling of what it is supposed to feel like. Because I think failure is so deeply etched into dream journeys. It's just a part of it. And it's really hard to not give into the fact that that's what chasing dreams feels like. And it does, but I think more importantly, chasing a dream feels like, you know when your coffee kicks in? Okay, so one time I was so tired. I think I had worked, it was just recently. I had worked at the coffee shop in the morning. I think I opened. And then usually if I work at the coffee shop and I open, I'm working right up until I have to open my shop. And then that day specifically, I had to work from 11 to 7. So some of my Thursdays can be a 12-hour work day because I'll start at 5 a.m. So is it longer? 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12. Oh yeah, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. So it is 14 hours? I think it's 14 hours. So maybe a 14-hour day, unless I just counted my hands a couple of times. A 14-hour day is what I'll put in on a typical Thursday if I open the coffee shop that day. So this day specifically, we had an event from 5 to 7 that night, and I was just kind of getting back into a regular flow of things after a car accident that I had in December. And so this day specifically, I remember just being like, holy crap. I am back, but do I want to be back? Why is this my life? Why is a typical Thursday for me 14 hours straight of customer service? Why would I choose this? Why am I choosing this right now? So it was just a long day. And on top of that, I think I must have had some poor planning. And so I had no food all day long. I was surviving on just caffeine at that point. At that point, I was so desperate to stay alive. I'm pretty sure that I had a coffee or no, I think I wasn't doing any caffeine at that point still. So I was just slowly fading. And I had one of my friends come in and she helped me with the shop that night. Thankfully, because I would not have survived. I was like, I can just feel my soul leaving my body. I am beyond exhausted at this point. And she was like, oh, okay. Do you need me to do something? I think she was a little overwhelmed with the dramatics on that one. So I'm feeling my soul leaving my body. Great day. And my husband comes in with Jimmy John's. Like, what? What? Kind of out of nowhere, too. I don't remember him calling to ask what I wanted. He just strolled in with a number 9 and some chips and a Diet Coke, I think. And I go back there and I have to like be in public because I'm running this event, but at my shop I was doing very specifically an event. And so like I need to be here. I need to be working, not just like transactional working, like literal connecting with people face to face. And my soul is leaving my body. I have no way to connect with humans because I'm not here. Hannah is not here. So somehow, by the grace of all the gods in this century, every single one, everyone, every spirit guide, every single force that could exist, in comes my 9-year-old with a bag of Jimmy John's. And I'm like, what? So I go back there and I tell the friend that I'm working with, I'm like, do you ever just eat and feel your soul coming back? Like when they do that commercial, that's like, if you're hungry, grab a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Literally, especially when you're starved. I have no soul. I have no soul. So like, have you ever taken a bite of a sub and felt your soul return? And again, I think she's taken aback by just how insane I might be, and whether or not she wants to be friends with a person that's maybe this unhinged. I'm like, because that just happened for me. I can literally feel my soul coming back into my body. And I tell you this story because this is what chasing dreams feels like. The second that you take that first step, it's like, you know, when Starbucks talks about that first sip feeling, the moment that the kind of caffeine, the espresso hits your heart, and it's like, whoa, 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 I'm alive. I can do so much now. I'm back, baby. Let's go. Let's do all the things. Let's do all the work. Like, chasing dreams is that feeling naturally. No caffeine involved. Like, once you're embarking on something that you feel is worthy in this life, whatever that is, and I don't want us to get distracted by thinking like, chasing dreams means that I'm doing super cool things with my life. Everyone's dream is different. And so your dream existence might be living a very steady, secure life and knowing that you're doing good work and being able to provide, right? Or your dream might be writing books, you know, and I think sometimes we over fantasize a dream life. And sometimes for some people, like consistency is the dream. Security is the dream. Having nice things is the dream. Everyone's different in what that looks like. But I can tell that we're on the dream path, right? When we are like energized by what we are doing. When our soul is back in the work, when we are here. We are here. And I love working with people that are going on a dream path because it's an evolution. You know, we think that, I'm going to take this first step on my dreams and then it's going to be dreams sailing from here on. It's an evolution because life is going to happen as we're going through that experience. And so usually it just starts with that first belief that I could do a dream. I could do this. And then we kind of cower back and we go back to real life and we're like, no, I really couldn't. And then somewhere there's a resurgence where we're like, no, I remember that feeling. I remember that was the thing. That was the start of a thing. I don't know where it goes from here, but man, I felt it. I felt it. I feel myself back in some way. And even if it was just a very small experience, you felt it. And you want that feeling back. You want that first sip feeling. Come on. We all want that moment when the adrenaline hits, when the espresso hits, when the food hits and we're not hangry anymore. Like, we all live for that moment because it's just euphoric. You're standing here and you're just like, oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We can do this. We're onto something here. I can feel this. I can feel myself returning, and if you had spent enough time kind of in a soul-sucking experience of a gray cubicle, and that's not soul-sucking for everyone. I will just say there are people who love to code and they love the consistency of going somewhere every day. My dad loved his job. Loved it. He loved being outside. He loved, maybe not when it was like negative 400 degrees, but he loved getting to move his body. That was so important to him. He loved being a letter carrier. Loved it. He still does. We just got him a shirt that's like, don't mess with the USPS. I don't remember. And I feel like he loved that experience. He loved getting to know the people on his route. He loved being of service to them. And to most people, you might be like, letter carrier, that doesn't make any sense. That could never be a job that I would love. That would not be a dream life for me. And I think for him, part of his dream was being able to take care of his family. And this allowed him to do that. And it allowed him to be in motion. It allowed him to be out in nature. It allowed him to be of service to people. It allowed him get to know his neighborhood and serve them very well. And I think it just gave him a lot of meaning in his life and how he showed up in this life. And I don't even remember how they stumbled upon that being a really good fit for him, but he did really love it. I think I need to ask him, now that I say that. I've heard him speak very fondly about it, but I don't know what his dream was. I've never heard him talk about that, but I would say, knowing him now, I think a part of his favorite existence has always been like being able to provide fun experiences for himself and for our family, and being able to do those things. And that allowed him to do that. Like, he got to do some really cool stuff. And now he's like, he owns the fun house. We want to go to Papa's. Papa's house is fun. And that's a dad's role. So dads are supposed to be the fun house. They are. They are. And then moms are supposed to do the comfort things. And that can be reverse in any given situation. But like, biologically, dads are for play and moms are for comfort. And what a beautiful role to play. So that makes sense that his house would be the fun house, and living that life and working like he worked very hard, and being able to do that, like, allowed him to then provide a better life where, eventually he could have the fun house. And what a cool way to live that out. So for him, right, like, that's not a bright, shiny thing. That's not a big name in lights type of existence, which he would never want. But everyone is so different. My sister, it's so funny because she's a lot like my dad. Like, oh, I would never, ever want to be the face of anything. I just want to, like, work hard and be of service and help and do good work. And that would be enough for me. And I'm like, Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine that. I can't even imagine that because, like, I love getting to be the face. I love getting to put ideas out there. I love getting to explore that with people. I love people, being around people and doing things of worth with people. I love that. And my sister is like, no, 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 no. So I say all of that just to make sure that you're not like taking the projection of someone else's big dreams and applying them to your life, because we all have a very specific call in this life of the things that are important to us. And it's important that we have those conversations with ourselves and with our spouses. If you're doing life together with someone, that you come to terms on what a good life looks like with you together. Like our life, if it's a good life, right? We're traveling together. That was a very important thing. Like we want to be able to explore the world, because we do live in such a small, special bubble. It's really easy to kind of grow up the way that we did, just kind of, thinking this is all that exists. So it's really important that we explore the world together, as a family, but also as a couple. And so that was one of the things. We want to be able to travel, and we want to be able to provide a really safe experience for our kids. Like put them in the right places where they are valued and believed in. So being able to be very selective of what that experience looks like in the places that we are putting them, has been a really important thing for us. Things that do not matter to us, and we had to have this conversation, and this all goes into what your dream life is going to look like. Having a big, huge, fancy house is not on our list of things that matter. Now, someday we will build our dream house, but it is not like a mansion by any stretch of, like, we want everything to be on one level and we want some land, but it's not a it's not a mansion. I will just say that. Cars, having a safe car, I think I have figured out, is very important to us. Having a very sound sound environment in the cab of the vehicle is very important to us. Things that do not matter, which we just found out with buying our last car, whether or not it can off-road. So we're pretty much just driving highways to like volleyball tournaments. Like off-road does not matter. That usually, if it has some off-road aspect, affects the cab noise, which matters to us deeply, because acoustics, y'all. We are a sing in the car type of family. So if it is not quiet in the cab, we can't sing, we can't talk, we can't explore the world in our vehicle. That matters to us a lot. We enjoy being in vehicles together, and we enjoy being able to like have a conversation with one another. We enjoy being able to sing in a good environment, one that, like, if you buy a Buick, it's almost like singing in the shower. Okay, I sound so much better in our Buick than I do in any vehicle that has ever existed. So yeah, that's a part of the dreamscape as well. And what do we have to do to get to that dream place? Where do we have to be financially, physically, spiritually, emotionally? Like, where do we have to be? And I think for us, that comes with a lot of emotional maturity, to be able to sit and say, well, that's not the same as what most people want. And to be able to sit and say that experience does not match what we agree that we want for our children, what we agree that we want for ourselves. And so what are we going to do about it? And to not sacrifice those things just because people think that's weird. right? Like, oh, that's not normal. To be able to confidently go down that path because we've had that conversation. This is what our dream life looks like together. This is what we want to do. And we'll make sacrifices or we'll make sure that that can happen through X, Y, and Z, right? Like, we're in this together. And when it comes to our dreams, like that feeling of going after a dream, of really the feeling of life being great. Like, I want you to imagine, as you're thinking about what your dream life would be, I want you to imagine how you feel. How you feel when you wake up. How you feel as you're going through your day. Like, just knowing that life is working for you and everything that you want, you have, and more. How does that feel? You know, for me, it feels like this warmth from my heart that kind of radiates out every time that I feel almost like heartburn, but higher. Every time that I feel more of that kind of dream life being unlocked, every time I feel that expanding, I can feel that opening. Like yesterday, I had 2 meetings, one on a book that we may end up publishing, and then another one with a one-on-one client that I'm doing narrative work with or communication strategy with. So I had 2 back-to-back meetings with them, and in the beginning, because I really struggle with getting meetings put on the calendar, because I'm like, but what if something, and I had to just keep talking myself off of that ledge. Like, you're fine. It's 2 meetings tomorrow. It'll be great. This is everything that you want to do. But I'm like, it's 2 meetings tomorrow. That means that I have to like plan out who's going to take care of the shop while I'm doing those meetings. That also means that I'm going to have to like accept that if something way more fun comes up, I'm not going to be able to do it. I have these meetings and it will be okay. Like, I will just be in these meetings. And when I'm in those meetings, I like it. It's almost like eating when you haven't eaten for multiple days. Like, you can feel your soul coming back. And this is why this work is so important for me, because every time that I'm like giving myself permission to help people do their dreams, I can feel my soul coming back, like, more and more. And the more people that I help along, and I think I've kind of been sitting in this place of like, am I even helping? Does doing your dream matter if you don't get to the ultimate success? And I think today might be a turning point in that, this conversation about what it feels like to do your dreams. Guys, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much I help you. If you took one step, you're going. You'll return to that feeling. You won't be able to starve yourself for long enough. Like, once you feel your soul return, when it comes to going after your dreams, it is only a matter of time before you're back there. So this complicated question that I keep asking myself really is, what if they just do one thing? Like, did I really help? And the answer is yes. Yeah. Whatever that is, if you got them to do anything about their dreams, they are one step closer. And whether or not they get there matters not. It's that they felt their soul return at all. It's that they felt it and now they have a better chance at returning to it because they'll remember that feeling forever. And whether or not they return isn't really up to me. Whether or not they take that first step absolutely is. Because we have enough tools that can help you take that first step and take it in this safe, loving environment where you continue to explore what this is inevitably going to look like. Because it's not stationary. It's static. It's forever moving. It's one dream and then the next, or the same dream, but a continuation of perfection and accountability and understanding and constant learning. And dreams are just a wild being in that way. And I would say when you first start on the journey, it feels like the feeling, oh, my friends, here we go. When you first start on the journey, the reason that it feels like you're going to throw up, I truly believe, is because that really is the chakra center that we're working in. Okay? This is the yellow. Look at the color of the books. Okay, so you feel like you're going to throw up. That is the feeling of dreams in the beginning, no question. When you are starting on this journey, it's like, I don't want to do this. The conversation that I had with my husband in the car. I'm going to build a life-changing empire. I'm going to write books, and I'm going to help people chase their dreams. How does that make you feel? And he's like, sick to my stomach. And I said, same. I think that's how we know. And that is how we know, right? Like it's eliciting a response in our bodies. And our bodies are longing for us to go on a soul's journey in this life. To go discover what it is that we want to do. And, and who it is that we want to be. And as soon as we get there, the dream, the what a dream feels like, moves up. And then it's radiating in your heart like heartburn, but a little higher. And that's the same with, right? Like this feeling of wanting to vomit. It's like, yes, vomit, but a little higher. This expansiveness of love and life really is what it feels like to do dreams, to understand that this is a bonus portion of life that some people don't get to experience because they won't put aside the superficial exchange of dreams, like what we all want to believe that dreams are, right? The facade of living the dream life. And it's even harder now because it's everywhere, right? Like we're constantly filled with pictures of people living their dream lives, but it is typically a superficial existence, right? This commercialized existence of what getting a dream looks like. And we're getting pacified, right? Like, oh, you want a new car? You want that dream car? You can just go and do that. You can just do that. You don't have to do anything except for exchange your time for money at a place that you do or don't care about, at a job that you do or don't care about doing, so that you can tell everyone that you're living the dream life while secretly hating every second of your existence, but at least you get to drive a nice car to work every day. That's the exchange. And so luckily we get to tell everyone that we're living this dream life. Look at, I have all these things. This is the dream. And it is, but it isn't. So that deeper exploration, right? Because you get that feeling for a brief second. You're like, I got the car. I always wanted the car. I got the car. And you can kind of feel it. Like there is a bubbling and excitement in your stomach. Like I made something happen for myself that I didn't think could happen. But it goes away very quickly. This experience and expansion stays. It remains, it expands. It is so lovely. And I truly believe that it moves up and it feels better. All of a sudden, it doesn't feel like you're going to throw up. It feels like your whole body's warm with love and acceptance. That's the feeling of chasing your dreams at this point for me. And I'm sure it will continue to change and evolve. As always, you're smart, you're strong, you're beautiful. What are you going to do? Change the world.